The Grand River, a short story. This is the Badlands, surrounding the Grand River. Here, scoundrels, vagrants, and vagabonds, bound by thirst, live enslaved by their reliance on lightless water. Each day, as the merciless sun climbed the sky, throngs of parched souls dragged themselves to the riverbank, their skin blistered and boiled from the relentless heat. Rue, a gaunt figure with hollow eyes, watched as the masses dipped their vessels into the tepid flow. The air was thick with the stench of unwashed bodies and the acrid tang of desperation. However, suffering isn't shared in the same capacities by all. Bejeweled buckets clinked against simple clay pots, a jarring reminder of the cruel disparity of wealth even in this hellish existence. The journey home is a brutal gauntlet. Searing winds whip sand into raw flesh, while the scorching earth burns through worn souls. Many stumble, spilling precious drops that hissed and evaporated instantly on the siring ground. Some never made it back. Bleached bones serve as a grim warning to those who followed. The vultures grow fat and clumsy. Their bellies drag along the hot sands. Rue's mind, addled by thirst and hopelessness, began to wander. He observed the river's languid current, a stark contrast to the frenzied struggle around him. A dangerous idea took root in his parched brain. Instead of joining the daily pilgrimage, Rue turned his bucket sideways and began to dig. The other villagers, their faces twisted with suspicion and malice, hurled insults and stones. "Madman!" they shrieked, their voices hoarse from thirst. "Wasting time while we suffer." But Rue persisted, his nails curling skyward as he clawed at the sun-baked earth. Days blurred into weeks, his body wasting away as he labored. The trench grew, and water began to fill a jagged scar across the landscape. "Still moving sludge, are ya, Rue?" "Pointless," a man exclaimed. "You're a fool. You deserve your fortune." Months passed, and still the villagers trudged their deadly path, many collapsing along the way. Rue's channel snaked ever closer to his ramshackle dwelling, fueled by his feverish determination. At last, with trembling hands, Rue breached the final barrier. Brackish waters resembling obsidian trickled into his yard. He collapsed beside it, lapping at the muddy puddle like a dying animal. The villagers gathered, their sunken eyes wide with disbelief. Some fell to their knees, weeping at the sight of water flowing freely. Others, consumed by jealousy and rage, plotted to destroy Rue's creation. As night fell, Rue huddled in his hut, listening to the whispers and sobs outside. He had brought water to his home, but at what cost? The village teetered on resentments which continuously threatened to bubble to the surface like poison from a festering wound. In the darkness, Rue wondered if his innovation had truly saved him, or merely exchanged one form of suffering for another. The sound of the trickling water, once a symbol of hope, now seemed to mock him with its incessant murmur. The tale of Rue's channel spread through the wasteland like wildfire, a beacon of possibility in a world of despair. But with it came conflict, as those in power sought to control this new resource, and the desperate masses fought for access. Bringing the glory of the Grand River so close to Rue's place of peace took a toll on him. The growing responsibility of settling war along his channel had become too much to bear. The vultures draw nearer each day. In the end, Rue's story served as a grim reminder that even in the face of innovation, the true nature of humanity, its greed, its cruelty, and its relentless struggle for survival, remained unchanged.